My name's Emily King, and I'm an Evergreen Mentor. I would say my kind of area of expertise is anything to do with mindfulness and meditation and stress relief. I feel like it kind of gives my past experiences purpose. So, dealing with kind of stress, anxiety, depression in the past, I learned some tools along the way, along with studying ways to kind of decrease those levels. And I feel like from me learning, I can teach, and that really gives me purpose. When I was speaking with a client who had been going through a lot of tough times recently, and they were making progress towards their goals, and I told them that I was proud of how hard they were working and how well they were doing. And it was a very emotional moment because the client has said they had never been told they were proud before, and that really meant a lot for them, which meant a lot for me. Offers a lot more than what I expected. From the team, I did not expect so much community even though it's virtual. We are very team oriented and it's very nice, and I did not expect to get that much satisfaction out of my job. I would say one of the most challenging things of being a mentor is not being able to actively reach goals for the clients, for themselves. It's kind of, you have to give them the tools and let them do it on their own terms. So it's both a blessing and a curse, I guess. But when you and your mentor can or mentee can really work together and meet a goal, it's very rewarding. My most favorite thing about being a mentor is seeing the impact that the mentorship program has on our mentees. Really kind of put in the work with your mentees if you really want to help them make a difference, and that's why we're all here. And also try to have the best or improved time management that you can possibly have. The fact that we have the opportunity to build a relationship that just feels so personal and vulnerable, and getting to see them grow across the length of their mentorship experience. I would say some of the common challenges that our clients are facing are trying to find housing and employment opportunities, but personal kind of struggles that come from those are thinking that they are unable to get that job or unable to get that loan or that house, and helping them kind of fight their own kind of self doubts and just fight it with encouragement and get them to believe that they can do anything they set their mind to. The biggest lesson that my clients have taught me is that a little encouragement goes a long way. My vision for my clients' futures are for them to reach their goals, but also to create more goals for themselves once they accomplish the ones that they first entered into the program with. And especially don't forget to pat themselves on the shoulder when they do accomplish a goal. Is that no matter how kind of down or dark life can get, it can always turn into something beautiful, similar to kind of how seeds need to be planted in the dirt, have a very dark time before they pop through the ground and eventually bloom. So I actually have a very vivid memory of the first job I wanted as a kid, and it was going to be a photographer for National Geographic. So I imagined myself in a jungle, kind of taking pictures of lions and tigers and bears and everything else. But my first realistic job, I wanted to become an art therapist. And I did go to school to study psychology, and I do feel like I'm helping people. Not quite art therapy, but I do think there's an art in healing. I went on, it was like a 7-day camping experience, and it was day 3, we were hiking to the top of a mountain. In my, what, 19 years of life at that time, I got to the very top of the mountain and went into anaphylactic shock. My skin was on fire, couldn't see, couldn't breathe, couldn't hear, and it was all black. I guess it would be considered a near-death experience. I had such a sense of peace. I felt everyone around me freaking out, pure chaos. I couldn't see them. I kind of just felt them. but internally I felt peace. It kind of made me carry with myself, like from that day forward, no matter what is going on out there, the only thing that can really make a difference and an impact is being calm and like collected inside. My mom's mom, who came to America after having two kids in Germany, where she was from, she came here and she was kind of all on her own and didn't even have her license, didn't have an education, and she was able to just kind of learn as she went, and she did it very well because it got me here, and she was definitely one of my biggest inspirations with just how strong-minded she is. The life I built for myself, and I achieved it because I was kind of in a, I would say, dead end mental space about 2, 3 years ago, where I wasn't really filled with passion anymore. I didn't have a twinkle in my eye. And one day I woke up and I decided I kind of wanted more for myself. And I really just accomplished it by every day taking a step in the direction which I wanted to go. And it got me here, and I want to go further. So I'm going to use that same kind of mentality throughout my life. Yes, the brain and the body and the spirit can be a very fragile thing, but it can also be very strong and malleable. So, how you feel today does not mean you'll feel the same way tomorrow. If you're experiencing some sadness, downness, badness, whatever you're experiencing, it can always get better. I think the world needs to slow down the most today. Breathe in the fresh air, admire the birds, the trees, and just the overall human experience. And there's a lot of it if we just slow down and kind of try to take it in. I would tell her to not try to stray from who you are to fit in with everything else or everyone else in the world, and to keep doing the strange little things that I liked and be quirky because that just makes me who I am, and that is something that's very rare these days. So I would just encourage myself to be authentic. It's okay to kind of let loose. You don't have to be held to like a type of standard every day that kind of, I feel like we all try to fit into this box of like what society wants us to be. Say what you want to say. Don't hold it in. Don't really filter your feelings. Let them out, experience them, because experiencing your feelings is one of the biggest parts of the human experience. I think of it in two separate parts. The one part, living in a small cottage in the hills with my husband and my two kids and my dog. And that is kind of the materialistic version. And then there's another version where it is more internal. And I definitely have a vision of myself growing as a person and really growing the best parts of myself. And I kind of have that experience, and I'm just a wise old woman in the hills that anyone can go to for advice and support. And she's all knowing. Holistic treatments. Uh, okay, I'm restarting. Okay.